We'll wait for some more time, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Only 13 participants we have.
Okay. Okay. Participants are slowly joining.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this will be one of the most interesting session actually. I'm going to show demonstration of all these technologies. They can see live.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back again to the second session of FTP program. Today's session is PTC's AR solution demo videos, handling by Sri Suresh Perincheri, Partner Technical Manager, PTC India. Sir, you can start the session. Meanwhile, others will join, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'll start the session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, to open. You see my PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me bring it to slideshow. Okay. So far we were looking at the various customers, how they have used our different solutions, and what kind of metrics they have got, both tangible and intangible. Now I would like to show you some of the demonstrations on each of these PTC's AR solutions. Some of them would have been created by PTC themselves, or some of them would have been created with PTC and customer together as proof of concepts, which has led to the adoption and implementation in the production environment also. So the first one is on Vuforia Studio, and we are saying that why you need to go for Vuforia Studio, because in Vuforia Studio, with very less of coding knowledge, you can author your augmented reality experience faster, and it is very much optimized for your 3D CAD content which is coming as an input. The Vuforia Studio itself reduces the size of the 3D CAD input, and you can create experiences of 3 different qualities: low, medium, and high. And similarly, all your experiences, be it for any device or any OS, it's all can be viewed through this single app called Vuforia View. Then you can also integrate your the physical device which is sensorized that data through IoT platform, so that through your augmented reality experience, you are also able to see the business systems data. For example, in this picture, you see the temperature and the electricity details of this genset. Now, what you require for Vuforia Studio to work is the software Vuforia Studio and the Vuforia View app. And these are the various devices in which you can actually experience the Vuforia Studio created experiences. It can be on a computer, it can be on a mobile, it could be on an iPad or tab, or it could be on a HoloLens. Then you can have different ways of launching the experience from the Vuforia View app. One is model target, which I mentioned that you can have a silhouette of the model, and that silhouette, when you match exactly with the physical model, the experience related to that model or product or component launches. The other one is by scanning a thing mark. So whenever you purchase Vuforia Studio licenses, we provide the customer with 100 thing marks like this. They will be unique to that customer. The center portion is the symbol. You will, by default, you will have PTC symbol. You can actually, use some any other tool to remove this symbol and put your own symbol. Say if you're doing it in Geetham University, you can put Geetham University symbol. What you should not touch is the code which is there around that. So each thing mark is unique. You can have multiple experiences published against one thing mark. So when you scan this thing mark through your Vuforia View app, it will show all the list of experiences which is published against this, and you can select whatever you want, or you can have only one thing mark for one experience. And this can be either scanned from a digital device, or it can be taken as a printout, or it can be even pasted onto some component in metal or otherwise, and when you scan it, the thing will come up. The third one is called spatial tracking. There is no requirement of any model target or thing mark. You'll just get a link or a QR code associatedly. It will create automatically, and that link, if you send, and when you open, it will open for your view. It only requires a flat surface, well lit, not shiny, less shiny, but well lit. And like wooden surfaces and carpet surfaces are good ones to see. Just focus there, and it will say tap the experience, and you will see experience like this bike, KTM bike, placed exactly where you tap, and then you actually manipulate with that. And there are other things also. We have also included image target, where you create that experience against the image and then launch it. And then the another one is using the computer vision technology. You don't require anything else. Just scan the object itself, physical object, and you get the experience launched. Like one example I've shown, which is being done by our CEO and president in one of the live works. So this Vuforia View app, so Vuforia Studio is a licensed product. We have the academic versions and commercial versions. We will discuss about this when I talk about the academic program in the afternoon session. And this Vuforia View app, it is a freely downloadable app in Google, Apple, and Windows App Store. It is a universal viewer, and you can use model and spatial targets and thing mark, etc., etc. And one good thing about this experience is that whenever you are online, you can view in real time. But if there is a chance that you go to some places where there is no internet, so you can download this experience when you are connected to internet, then it will be stored in your mobile device, and then in the offline context, you can view that. So that is also possible. So now there are different applications of this AR experience. So let's start with something very light. So this is an app called Smart Manufacturing, which is created by, I think, Manufacturing Institute. So this app is available in the Play Store. What it does is, through a comic book, it shows you in an augmented reality experience how a drone is assembled, or a small version of drone assembly unit. So you can think something like this also. So, and this is actually created using Vuforia engine, not exactly Vuforia Studio. So here there is no CAD model coming in. It's all created, using artifacts which are available in maybe Unity, 3D, etc. So just have a look at it. So this is done by Manufacturing Institute in combination with Rockwell, who is our OT partner, and PTC. So this is a very good example of how you can use AR experience maybe for in school level and college level for teaching something in a very augmented reality way. Next one is The again, it is also created using Vuforia engine only. But why I am showing these two first is that how you can bring a 2D page or 2D instructions into a live 3D experience. So you are actually scanning, in that earlier example, you are scanning the picture in the comic book and suddenly everything comes up in front of your mobile or iPad. Same way, Harvard Business Review is a series of 3 articles the Harvard University had released. Famous professor called Michael E. Porter, along with our CEO and President, Mr. Jim Heppelman, they have released 3 articles talking about augmented reality and why it is important, how it will help industries to sustain in this competitive environment, and how what all benefits it gets. There are articles called Manager's Guide to adopting augmented reality for your business benefit, etc. So in one such article, just to show you an example, again they have created an AR experience where you scan again a small assembly unit where a paper plane is being manufactured. Plus there are some, so 3 examples of how do you use AR experience for visualization, guidance and interaction. There will be an example of a device. There will be an example of a robot with IoT data integrated, etc. So here you are actually launching it by scanning the related layout from a book. So you can just look at this particular demonstration. So you can download this HBR app from Google Play Store or Apple Store, and you will get this particular image. Either you can print it or send it to another device, scan it, and immediately all these experiences will come up. In that you saw robots working with a paper plane assembly unit. Secondly, you saw a cytopack device where you saw how it is getting exploded to see the different component. There was also a quick assembly instructions, repair instructions also in that. And then you also saw a robot operating with some Internet of Things data coming up with some informations, parameters, etc. shown. So this is also a very good way of in the field of teaching as well. Instead of, you can replace 2D instructions with 3D augmented instructions. Now this is, again, I was mentioning about this customer Sysmex. So they have created this experience using Vuforia Studio for customer self-service. So let's watch this one. So here, this is the medical device. So he is seeing it through an iPad and scanned a thing mark, and he's getting these instructions how to repair or replace some unit here. So you see at the let me pause it. Let me go a little back. So you see the instructions at the bottom. You are seeing it through an iPad actually. So you have scanned this particular thing mark and the experience came up. So as soon as you scan, the related experience comes up. The entire digital model of the say this particular subunit is superimposed and fitting it exactly over the physical, and then you are interacting with that digital model. So here it is showing a service step-by-step procedure. So you have the instructions at the bottom: remove RBC aperture cover, and the same thing is shown as a digital experience in the main screen. So at a time you can have a quick look at the instruction also at the bottom. And the next one is to uh, brush the aperture. So brushing instructions. The next one is to put it back together and then rotate it in this direction to fasten it. So you can replay it, you can play it step by step. So a small subunit of this Sysmex device, they have created a AR instructions. No multiple page instructions required. Simple to use, simple to understand for customer self-service. Done by Sysmex. Next one is by Howden. Again, I was making mention of this particular customer. Now here he is using HoloLens 2. So here he will see, you can see a virtual interface also coming in front of him. This complete is a virtual interface. He's interacting with that for a maintenance and operations related experience. IoT data is also integrated. All these parameters which you see is also IoT data. The things which you're seeing on red, they are alerts. In this experience, I think there is an alert saying that a gear has malfunctioned. It has to be replaced, and it is showing a step-by-step assembly instructions. Even it is also linked to an order management system where you can order a new gear, and then it is showing, you know, a disassembly process to understand how to disassemble to get that gear and replace that gear. So this is through HoloLens 2. So this experience has been created in Vuforia Studio, all these animated steps. Now you will see what has been done here. This is in the earlier one, in the Sysmex, you scanned a thing mark and the experience came up. This is called as model target. A silhouette of the entire equipment is matched. No need to exactly match. Somewhat if you match, the experience comes up. Right? So Royal Enfield example, which I was saying for sales and marketing, you know, that was also like this. They created with a Royal Enfield silhouette Classic 350, and you go and match the experience launches. So it's completely, the digital model came on top of that. All the interfaces came on top of that. And now you will see that there is a alert that the gear temperature has become high. It is malfunction. It has to be replaced. So you can go to order management system and get the gear, and then it will show the assembly or disassembly process of the components one by one, which all components to remove to access that gear and then replace that gear. This one is the same Caterpillar example which I have shown, the fuel filter problem. Here again, he is scanning a thing mark, and he is getting the digital fuel filter superimposed on top of that, and he is getting the parameters also shown there through his HoloLens and the assembly disassembly process, which is the augmented reality experience. BAE systems, I was talking about BAE systems, where they are using again HoloLens for mixed reality instructions for an assembly unit.
So PTC's mixed reality solution has allowed us to drag and drop our 3D models.
So just I will explain the video, then you can go through that. On her left hand side, she will see the augmented 3D step-by-step instructions. On just next to that 3D instructions, she's also seeing a 2D instructions also, but everything is in front of her through the HoloLens. She's able to see, and she's doing those step-by-step instructions there itself in the physical context.
Have to create guided work instructions to deliver to our production floor in hours and at 1/10 of the cost.
We develop a step-by-step guide that lets the assembler completely assemble the battery.
You're not looking at this in 2 dimensions anymore on a screen that's far away from you. It's right in front of you.
The HoloLens has really become beneficial in allowing us to train new people on this product 30 to 40% more efficiently.
Using the HoloLens, I was able to cut my assembly time in half. We can understand and we can learn so much faster, efficiently, feel a part of this process.
So what she's saying, that assembly time has been cut into half, and she's able to see everything in front of her. So you cannot go wrong. The next example would be the same Howden example, but on an iPad. So let's see this example. So again, this is done on Vuforia Studio. You are matching the silhouette model target with the physical object. Immediately it is showing one alert saying that this gear has malfunction. This has to be replaced. So before that, there are certain checklists. So if you see on top, you will get the instructions, alert condition detected, click next for more info. And in the graphic screen, you will see the 3D experience. So this is all created while creating this experience. It's all taken care in the Vuforia Studio authoring tool, and then published, and then you are able to see the instructions. So there is Creo also involved here, and Vuforia also Studio also involved here. So once this alert is there, then you're also shown a you know uh, instruction saying that the threshold is exceeded. And before doing that, it is giving you a health and safety checklist. It says this red color places are all can be hot. There are internal and external rotating parts, so be safe with that. Ensure that the pneumatic pressure reads 2.0 psi, and and finally, don't stand in front of the blower inlet, which may cause bodily harm. So these kind of checklists also can be incorporated in your AR experience. So once that is done, you press the next button or play button, and then it will show the disassembly procedure for reaching to that gear. So this is the digital 3D model superimposed, and now you get into the gear. So this gear once replaced, you can show it as turned into green, and then the reverse has to be done for fitting it back. So you can go around, see all these components without opening that particular pump, right? And then you say the process is completed. So when the students learn Vuforia Studio and what they can do with the CAD, these are the kind of things they will do ultimately, the final outcome. And it should be related to some procedures or use cases. Is it for manufacturing or service or sales and marketing or training or design review? We should decide, and then accordingly we should create it. Okay, now this one is with Vuforia engine, again the same partner Visionaries. So they have done it for Honda engine, cut model of a Honda engine. So you have this two different Honda engines. The silhouette is matched, and the digital model is superimposed in the 3D experience. Then when you click the list on the right, you will be shown different components, and you click that component, you are shown the location and the component highlighted in green color. You also see components rotating inside. So the physical component is not rotating. It is the digital animation which has been done. So likewise, we call it as X-ray effect. You're showing the different components in this green color X-ray vision. Learning and doing all this is very simple. It's all drag and drop, and there's no coding here. And then this rotation, yeah, some like light and all those things which you see here, this fluid, there may be some codings, the X-ray things which you see, this the hot gases flowing, these kind of effects. If you want, since it is Vuforia engine, it is more inclined towards coding, so a lot of customized coding can be done, and then these effects can be brought. So we call it as this X-ray effects. So it's a very good example to showcase to somebody about this GX22 engines, its components and internal components, etc. And finally the explode thing. So nowhere you will feel that it is very unrealistic. It is very realistic. So while the digital models are operating, there is no overlap. You don't see the only those digital models which you are seeing. You don't see the physical component there as a interference. That's all automatically masked, and the digital is shown at its place. So that's how you make it very realistic. Next is with the Vuforia Chalk. So this is the one which I was talking about for remote assistance and communication. So here in this video, you will see how a Vuforia Chalk is being used by this person who is going to the factory and is being guided by another expert from remote location.
This is Vuforia Chalk. Easy to use, powerful remote assistance that allows your workforce to collaborate in real time from anywhere. The Vuforia Chalk app lets your employees share a live view of their workspace with an expert or coworker.
And then you want to open either one of these two motor meters here.
Both people can draw on the screen with their finger to provide instructions as if they're right there with one another. With Vuforia Augmented Reality, your annotations stick exactly where they're drawn, even when you move around. In fact, you can pause the live view to draw easy-to-follow, multi-step instructions.
Looks good from here. Hit me back if you have any other issues. I'll be here to help, okay?
Okay, definitely. Thanks so much.
And that's how you use Chalk. It's that easy. Vuforia Chalk. See it. Solve it. Together.
So one more thing which we can do in Vuforia Chalk is that once the remote assistance is done, you draw chalk marks and say, okay, this is the one which has to be repaired. Now further, if you want to know, okay, what is that step-by-step instruction which I need to understand to repair that particular portion which my manager has said remotely, you can still connect it with the Vuforia Studio Experience, launch it from here, and then the related Vuforia Studio Experience will show you in little more detail, step-by-step 3D experience, how to operate something, service something, etc. Then in this, you will see some more homely examples. So let's look at these on Vuforia Chalk.
Hey, he's one of those tech-savvy types. He gets it. Actually, whenever a friend's got a question, Gary gets the call.
I do what I can.
Problem is, helping people when you can't be there is frustrating.
Hey, Mom, what's up?
Gary, I can't get the sound to work on the TV again.
Hold on. Let me just show you.
That's why Gary uses Project Chalk. It allows you to guide others by drawing on the world as they see it.
Use this remote to change the input. It's this button right here, and then turn on the power here.
Ah, that's it. Thanks. Have a great day at work.
See? It's easy and simple enough to use at any age.
Hey, honey.
Daddy, look at the castle I built. Who do you think should be invited to the royal ball as a special guest?
How about this guy? I like his outfit.
He's perfect.
It's perfect for all sorts of things, like when vacation home guests have an issue.
Hey, Brent, how's everything going?
Hey, Gary. Everything's great. I just can't figure out your coffee machine.
Oh, well, actually, that's the espresso machine, but it's simple. Just pack your coffee grounds here, and then lift up and twist to lock it in, and then press this button to start.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Project Chalk works great for technical problems, too. Even Gary needs assistance once in a while, like when one of his machines is acting up.
Hey, Gary. What's up?
Hey, Kay. My machine locked up. Can you remind me how to hard reset this model again?
You always forget. You just press here, here, and hold down here for 3 seconds.
Ah, that's right. Oh, you won, Kay.
No problem. Good luck.
Project Chalk will be in app stores this fall. Sign up on our website for the early access program or more information. Vuforia Project Chalk. Make helping others simple again.
Another example of Vuforia Chalk.
Project Chalk is an app that helps you help others. You can look through the camera that they're looking at and then simply annotate your screen so that you can create annotations that someone else sees right there in their environment.
Hey JJ, I have an early morning meeting and I'm trying to get this coffee machine working. Just can't figure out what I need to do.
Got it. All right, so you're gonna need to set the automatic timer here. That's actually up at the top of the coffee pot right there. Push that first.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, then just go ahead and hit that hour button right there until you get to the time you want the coffee set at.
Okay, 6 a.m. There you go.
Looks good. Just go ahead and push classic brew. You should be good to go.
Is that all?
That's all.
Hey JJ, I got a new sprinkler system and I'm trying to connect these wires. These are so complicated.
I do see at least one loose wire up here. Get in close on that yellow one and then plug that into this terminal right here.
Okay, give me a second.
So now AC's putting down the device to actually work on it, and I'm waiting for him to come back and complete the step. So as AC picks that back up, and he's looking at the step that he just performed, I can jump over to a view that I saved previously. And now that AC has completed that step, and you can see his live view up in the corner, I can actually direct him to another part of the sprinkler system. So I'm going to highlight that and send AC to the other side of the sprinkler system to install. You see that waypoint that pops up? That's actually guiding AC over to the other end to plug that in. So AC, go ahead and plug that into the port there, that ribbon. So he's plugged in. He worked on a repair when he wasn't even looking at it previously.
So by delivering that capability of being able to draw on somebody's world, we've enabled people to have interactions that they couldn't have otherwise had unless they were in the same physical space.
So you cannot actually capture the video of the session, for security purpose. What you do, what you can do is that snapshots of the chalk marks which you put in that session, that can be captured for future reference. But otherwise, the video cannot be captured because of the security reasons, that somebody captures everything as a video, and then the information should not be the IP should not be leaked. So that is one thing. And I don't know whether you noticed, you can also switch on the flashlight of other person's mobile through this Vuforia chalk call. Suppose he's in a little less lit area and you are not able to see properly the object which you are seeing through the other person's mobile. Then from your mobile, you can, in this Vuforia chalk session, you can switch on the flashlight of his mobile, and the flashlight will be on, and then you can see it better. Similarly, the chalk marks which you put, the color which you want to use, all that you can set. You want to do yellow or red or blue, etc. Or for different chalk marks, you can use different colors. All those kind of things are there in that. So this is a very good tool for remote assistance. So you saw that, from a business to customer example you saw, where a son and a mother got connected. Here you are connecting between friends to solve a problem. Here you are connecting within a family. And then when you are internal, then you can have, a chalk service between your internal colleagues. You can also have a global setup where you can have a remote support using chalk for, people at remote locations, factories and facilities. You can also have a B2B requirement. This is an example of a digital factory. Now, this is an example of, somebody talking to a call center in the middle of the road. Her car broke down, and then the call center is, using Vuforia chalk call to help her to fix up certain things. Then in healthcare, somebody wants to do an artificial respiration and other things if somebody has fainted. So that procedure can be shown to the people who are there trying to help the patient by somebody else remotely. Then in a construction field, this is an example where somebody can help for remote maintenance or warehouse management or some safety and other things. So different examples, we can use the Vuforia chalk. So it doesn't require anything to be created. It is immediate call between two compatible devices, and you just start putting chalk marks and give assistance. So basically it's for remote assistance. Now let's talk about Vuforia Expert Capture. So again, this is an out-of-the-box solution where you capture the subject matter experts' knowledge and then publish it so that others can use it, right? So, what is happening is that you have a lot of information, but they're all in such 2D instructions, which is very complex to understand. So instead of that, what is the best way is to, capture that everything as a 3D instruction and make it available in mobile devices and other devices for the downstream users. So is there a video there? Yeah, I think video will come. So you can create the content, simply transfer the knowledge. You can also have those steps connected in a procedure for specific locations and objects, and you can also effortlessly scale whatever you have done in one session of capturing. So you have a Vuforia expert capture editor also coming in between. There also you can enrich whatever you have captured to a great extent by putting labels and images and notes, and just like you modify a video file, you can do the same in Vuforia expert capture editor, and then finally it is published in the refined version, and people can use it. So the steps are: first you capture the expertise by the expert, then enhance it using Vuforia expert capture editor, and then when you want you can even scale it and then make it available to others. So in capture you can use two different devices. This is called the HMT RealWear eyewear, or you can use HoloLens. And then in the capture session you can have videos and photos also included. You can have whatever the expert is speaking, the auditory thing also. You can also have things captured as one single sequence or step by step. You can also put bookmarks in that. You can also add locations while the capturing is done. Then the editor interface looks something like this. Here you can do a lot of other things, and then finally you can make it available for these different devices, be it the same RealWear or HoloLens or mobile and tablet, desktop and laptop, or it could be a 3D documentation itself. So let's see this demonstration on Vuforia Expert Capture.
Vuforia Expert Capture is a new workforce productivity solution from PTC, which captures the tacit knowledge of frontline experts in situ, where and when they do their work, and then makes it available to any worker to effectively and efficiently perform that same procedure. Using the Vuforia Capture app on a head-worn device, the subject matter expert can record their work procedures step by step in real time. No tedious written documentation work is required. By using intuitive voice or gesture commands,
next step. Ensure voltage selector is on 120 volts.
The user can control the recording of the video, take photos, and mark important moments to edit later, all hands-free while they work. The captured knowledge can then be revised and configured in Vuforia's web procedure editor before publishing. Once published, captured instructions are consumed via Vuforia View on a HoloLens, RealWear, or mobile device. This gives a clear and immersive first-person perspective of what to do and how to do it best. PTC's Vuforia Expert Capture solution saves your company time and money associated with the creation of traditional training and documentation methods, which ultimately results in significant downstream benefits in areas like quality, safety, and overall workforce productivity.
Right, so these are the various business benefit you get out of Vuforia Expert Capture. So apart from this, so you saw on Engine, Studio, Chalk, as well as Expert Capture some examples. We can also, let me stop share and share my screen. So if I go to the ar.gallery.video. So here we have different examples on all the different tools. We saw this one, then this one we saw, You can also see this one on KTM bike. This is also available on the Vuforia View app when you download. This is the one which you're going to see.
Augmented reality is one of the fastest growing segments in the technology market. AR provides key capabilities that enable industrial organizations to transform their businesses. With PTC's Vuforia Studio, companies can be assured they are working with the world's leading AR brand, as well as the leader in IoT and CAD solutions for industrial enterprises. Organizations can improve service efficiency with step-by-step instructions, customer service using easier self-help guides, sales with virtual product demos and showrooms, and factory efficiency with augmented process plans and inspection processes. With AR, there's no need to lose time looking through repair manuals. AR provides real-time, up-to-date 3D digital information in context of the physical equipment. Organizations can overlay 3D service or work instructions on how to perform processes such as machine setup and changeovers, maintenance and repairs, disassembly and reassembly of parts. Vuforia Studio allows technicians to visualize internal components and real-time IoT data that were previously inaccessible in the real world, giving a complete understanding of a product during a repair so they can quickly and accurately resolve problems the first time. Vuforia Studio reduces error rates among field engineers and technicians and increases safety, effectiveness, and productivity by maximizing uptime and reducing repeat service calls. It gives companies the ability to train service technicians how to perform tasks by following easily consumable, interactive, guided work instructions and repair procedures, both in and out of context of the physical asset. Using AR, organizations can provide a deeper level of understanding to frontline workers in a more effective manner, leading to reduced ramp-up time and increased productivity and accuracy, all while reducing training costs. Vuforia Studio empowers industrial customers to lower costs, improve quality and efficiency, and increase the performance of their most important asset, their first-line workers.
So you see a lot of things. Coca-Cola holiday AR promo. Let's look at this. This is done Vuforia engine marketing promotion.
Show finished. Show left. Hide.
So that was with Fujitsu. This is the one QX50 sales and marketing I was talking about. Let us look at this. It's all done in Vuforia engine. Yeah, this one we saw, Honda GX3. Then Vuforia Studio, you can see an example of industrial piping service instructions. You scan the thing mark and then step by step, first step, there is a fluctuation detected in the valve sensor. Locate that valve sensor and you are shown the location. In the second step, what are the valve pressures? Analyze that and you see that this valve pressure is something which is problematic. So now you have to repair the valve. So I need to know the step-by-step instructions. These are the step-by-step instructions. Show me that. So it is showing in your 3D digital instructions. Step 1, step 2, step 3 and step 4 and how the valve is removed. And verify once the work is completed. A simple example of service instructions using Vuforia Studio. Then using various variables, it could be, this is Microsoft HoloLens. You have a nice thing which was created by this Cirrus aircraft safety instructions. So this was displayed in our event.
We're here at LiveWorks 2018, and I'm stood in front of the Cirrus SF50 Vision Jet. So what we're demonstrating here today are some owner-operator applications. This jet is designed to be flown as a personal jet, and the FAA mandates that before you fly this plane, you have to carry out certain safety checks. They're referred to as pre-flight checks. Now, ordinarily, this would be a fairly large document with many pages of paper that you would have to go through manually as you cycle through these checks. What we've done is we've taken all of that information and all of those steps, and we've created an interactive augmented reality experience for the owner. So now the owner can pick up a tablet or their phone and they can be guided through these pre-flight checks using augmented reality. The advantage of this is that the augmented reality experience guides that owner to where they need to be at a particular location on the aircraft. Then it directs their attention to the part that they should be, checking or examining, and then tells them what the serviceable condition of that part should be. So once they complete these checks by following the experience, they will know that this aircraft is ready to fly. So the other thing that we've done, we've created interactive training for the operator. It used to be done on a web-based LMS system, so you would look at videos of the aircraft and an instructor would kind of explain the systems. Now, using augmented reality, you can take a tablet and you can hold it over the aircraft, and the experience will explain all the different systems that are in that particular part of the aircraft. So for example, if you want to learn about the environmental control system and how that works, the AR experience will show you in 3D where those parts are located on the aircraft, and it will also include computer animations that show the cold air coming in and the warm air coming out of that system as it ventilates the aircraft. So the advantage of this is it's contextual. You can look at the aircraft and know where all these major components are located and also how they operate. What's made this possible is that the full digital definition of this aircraft is stored within Windchill. So we have the ability to create these highly interactive augmented reality experiences with very, very little effort because we have such a good digital definition of the aircraft to begin with.
Right. And then Vuforia expert capture also a lot of examples. Then we also have introduced something called spatial toolbox. And this is an open source which we have introduced. Here you can have, an interactive kind of a toolbox which will interact with the physical systems. So the toolbox has got a lot of different widgets which actually does specific functions. So you can create a kind of a logic using this spatial toolbox. You can connect those logics. So in this case, as you bring the slider up and down, you are changing the value of some parameter. And then you can also measure in a spatial way. You can say that something has to travel from one distance to another distance. Then you can define that the first location of the object is at here and the second location there, like that. Now this is a wheat. This machine actually what it does is that it filters the wheat based on the different sizes, just like our what we do manually. So what is done is that you create this spatial toolbox, and each thing has got a logic, and you connect those logics. So here we say that when you press that green button, the green light should highlight, and when you press the red button, the red light should be switched on. So if you change that particular sequence, then accordingly it will be different. So when you press the green button, the red light can switch on, like that. So all these kind of different toolboxes are available for different logics. If you disconnect between these two different boxes, then it doesn't work. That is what he was showing. Now again here, this particular operation here with wheat, you are seeing the weight of it, right? And then we put a logic saying that if the box is filled with this much wheat, then you stop the operation. So once it comes to that particular weight, the basket, then it will stop. Now you have increased that to 12.76 lb. Then again, the machine will start filling the wheat into this tray. So these kind of interactions with a physical object, we are actually capturing with certain logic from the Vuforia spatial toolbox, connecting into a physical machine, and you can keep doing a lot of things. There is another example where you are guiding a material handling robot to start from one place to another and bring the components, go through a specified path, and then come and deliver the material. So these are the various tools. Spatial toolbox is still under R&D. This we are releasing it as a open source, where people can work on this and create multiple logics and programmings to interact with physical machines. So you can also visit this particular site, ar.gallery.video, and look at all these different demonstrations. So that's all I had to show you today. as part of the, let me see if I have something more which I can show you. Education. Some more examples. Here you have one example.
Digitalization is one of the most important drivers. Digitalization is one of the most important driving forces for technological trends and new developments. The networking of machines and systems, as well as gathering information on basic and status data of devices, forms the basis for that. The added value this data provides is demonstrated in Phoenix Contact's in-house tool shop. Thanks to the comprehensive networking of all machines and tools in production, setup times of injection molding systems can be reduced significantly. Every workspace offers access to tool data and databases with animations and 3D models on every tool. In addition, toolmakers can also use augmented reality systems that facilitate processes and reduce the error rate. That's how the complex injection molding tools can be classified immediately. Sprue runners, heating and cooling circuits, as well as the optimum tool temperature are indicated, precisely where they are located. The facility management in Bad Pyrmont also uses AR technology today. The required data is provided by Emalytics, the Phoenix Contact building management system. Thanks to the intelligent networking of the entire building technology, every user has access to the right information at the right time. External maintenance personnel is led independently and informed about everything that is important in the event of a maintenance work. Controlled safety instructions are given directly on the spot, immediately before use. With the high level of data depth, Emalytics creates transparency. Augmented reality technology makes it possible to experience this transparency. If you are also interested in experiencing augmented reality with regard to Industry 4.0 and building technology, come and visit us at one of our sites. Together with you, we develop your own digitalization strategy, from production to the intelligent building.
So here, this company, you see that maintenance engineer walking across the shop floor and getting information from of the each equipments there and then and there. So just think of a maintenance engineer walking across a factory shop floor and looking at each and every equipment and getting whether things are working normal and abnormal and getting instruction then and there if something is abnormal. So that's a very good use case which you can see. And usually you see the main difference now when you use a Google map, you are not exactly guided. You're just being shown that, okay, you turn left after some, here and there. You are not actually having the right information. Suppose there are two roads turning left now, one by one. So are you being exactly guided by this 2D instruction from a Google map that you have to turn left? Suppose two roads go like this. Now, if it says that, you turn towards one side, but you are looking at a 2D instruction and then you have to judge, when to turn. But if you have instructions like this, where it is showing that you are, moving at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour, and within 100 meters you have to turn, and it is also showing that guidance that yes, you have to turn, you have to go in this road, and after 100 meters you have to take a right turn. So this kind of a head-up display is coming right in front of your car, and you cannot go wrong. Compared to the existing methods of navigation using a 2D Google map, etc. Here, this is a marketing and sales experience where you can look at furnitures from an online shop, and then you can place it in your room and see how does it look like. So you select a particular furniture, and then it is digitally placed in your room, and then you can understand how does it look like, whether it is matching and whether the space is okay. Can I keep it in this way? Accordingly, then this is created by IKEA, which is a big customer of PTC. Then you can also use AR for a prototype development. This is done in our German university called in Aachen. It's called Aachen University. So we have created a transformation center. It's called European 4.0, similar to Industry 4.0 Transformation Center. So PTC with other partners has worked with Aachen University, and a electric vehicle called E.go. Say it as E-Go. Everything around that electric vehicle, a complete Industry 4.0 setup has been created there. So one of the examples of prototype development of the EV vehicle through AR is being demonstrated here. So you have the electric vehicle being developed. So now when you scan this thing mark, you will have the digital superimposition of the vehicle. And then now we can play with this prototype development. We can do a lot of what ifs and permutation combinations while at the prototype development. So this is how they select the option 1, and they see that okay, this is how the overall electric vehicle look like. If it is option 2 and option 3, so you have actually not done anything physically. So the final car looks something like this. So they felt that option 3 is much better. And so this is all being done by superimposing the digital 3D model in the above the actual prototype chassis which is there on the proto development shop floor. So if you go to this site called if you search for e.go or it's called European E4TC. Yeah, so this one E4TC. So if you go here, we also take customers there and to make them understand what do you mean by Industry 4.0. So you get a lot of information here. The total integration of CAD, PLM, IoT and augmented reality, everything is there in this. So they started with the academic project. Now these cars are being sold. They have also created that retail applications. The professor who started this, he first started with they called it as scooter, but it is actually a electric vehicle which is completely powered by solar, and it's a smart connected scooter. They called it a street scooter, but it's actually a van. And now once they did that project, it has been bought over by DHL, that particular model, and they are developing it. They're using it across Germany for delivering their logistics. So that was the first project they did, and next project is this Ego car, and now the third project is buses. So it's, you can go through this site. There are a lot of interesting informations here. How different pieces they have. The main thing in a EV vehicle is a battery production. So E-Plan is a company which is helping with that particular production. So in that production unit, you have a thing mark pasted outside. If you go and scan that without opening the door, you can actually see the inside of that factory, what all things are happening. If there is some, all the parameters of the small battery plant, and then if there is some problem, it will highlight, etc., etc. So do visit this E4TC site, and you get a lot of information on what is Industry 4.0, what do you really mean by digital transformation, and you can have a complete picture of the entire layout of the, I think I can also show you some pictures. I myself visited that particular center, and we were, conducted through that. So this is the center, and PTC is there, and there are so many other companies also which is involved with PTC. This is the overall plant. Here, welding takes place, and this is the overall dashboard. A lot of monitors, different development cycles, production cycles, user cycles, different stages. So there is data analytics happening, there is PLM happening, there is CAD design happening, there is augmented reality things, everything is happening. So it's a flow starting from logistics monitoring, assembly line monitoring, manufacturing monitoring, etc. So this is the layout of the plant. This is the ego car. So this is the proto development stage which you saw in that video. So you see this is a assembly line. Now this is supported by this company. It is also a smart connected assembly line example. So it's all using the power of Internet of Things. Everything is monitored. Anything happens, it stops automatically and then gives alert to the respective people. They come and look at it. And if what is a problem, what is the fix, they understand through an augmented reality experience and do that. And this is an inventory management system. As the weight of this box, which is holding screws and nuts, it goes down immediately. This smart bin application comes up, and then it says, please refill it with so many, bowls, because the weight has reduced. Now this is the battery plant which I was talking about, which is set up by E-Plan. So you have a thing mark outside. This battery manufacturing process is there. You can see the glass door. But when you scan this thing mark, you get an AR experience, which will show the operation in a digital experience. It will show the actual parameters, which is as part of the plant, etc. You can see here. You see, you get a dashboard view of the different stations and the different stages of the ego product development, etc. Somewhere you are aggregating the data and doing data analytics. Here you are having real-time applications for decision support, right? And then somewhere you are having raw data and then applying it that. Somewhere you have a ERP integration. Somewhere you have a conversion from engineering BOM to manufacturing BOM. That is all a PLM process. Engineering bill of material to manufacturing bill of material to service bill of material, etc. So a complete assembly line is set up there in E4TC, and a lot of industries are being conducted around in that E4TC for understanding what is industry 4.0, etc. Then again here this is the example of Vuforia expert capture. He captures, and this lady then gets that information, and then she uses that.
Augmented instructions are easily accessed by new or reassigned workers, increasing efficiency, accuracy, and safety. New skills are learned on the job, cutting training time and costs.
So you saw that here she's also being guided from one place to this machine to this place you have to go. It is being guided. She can see that through her HoloLens. So those kind of
safety warnings are presented at the moment they're relevant, reducing the risk of injury. Workers follow location markers to successfully complete the
right. So that was pretty much a lot of demonstrations and videos which I wanted to show. I think you would have got good view of the usage of our different solution platforms like Vuforia Studio, Vuforia Engine, Vuforia Chalk, and Vuforia Expert Capture. And we also saw a glance of the Vuforia Spatial Toolbox, which is under development now. There are more examples in collaboration with other solution providers where for the entire space is captured, all the equipments and devices which is there in the space is captured, and a digital model of that is created, and then a lot of things around spatial computing is done around that. Computer vision is used for detecting components and then pulling out the information from PLM system about that components that can be used for quality inspection in a assembly line, etc. When we had shown that particular example, TVS Motors was particularly interested because they wanted to use that in their inspection of the parts while it is rolling through a conveyor belt. So there are a lot of examples, a lot of use cases. So ideally we should understand that what is the business challenge and what is the business benefit which somebody is trying to address, and accordingly you can select the tools and the mode of creating their experience, the devices which you can use, and how it can be captured and to whom it can be furnished, etc., etc. Fine. So I'm open to questions. We have some time here. So we have some questions. Yeah, existing museum to give virtual experience. This is the same reason with which PSG College of Technology has bought augmented reality. So they are in the process, but we have a live example in a museum in France, which has used AR technology for virtual experience. They have made some nice experiences using Vuforia engine in France. So with just like this Visheshwaraya Museum in Coimbatore, there is a museum going to be created. In that, these virtual experiences is planned to be put, and that is being done by PSG College of Technology. So in few months, COVID-19 of course delayed everything. So they will be using our Vuforia Studio technology to bring that into this particular museum. Yes, it is possible to include audio, video information inside your augmented reality experience. Only thing you have to see that it does not make it more heavy. If you can play an audio video separately with all that wow effects, why not? But if it is very essential in the AR experience, because AR experience itself is a video experience, 3D experience, some audio can be put. The more you put videos, then it may become heavy, and since it is streamed from internet, that may become little choppy. So we need to take care of that when you can add. But technically, yes, you can add audio, video, images, and all those things. There are a lot of partners of PTC, who can do all these things. Some are specifically doing only AR, some are specifically doing IoT. So once we get into a business requirement, we can align with those specific partners, and then they can help you, for further guidance, etc. if you want to do some projects. But otherwise, we do have our own academic programs, which I will talk you through in the session at 2:30, where we talk about including these technologies in the curriculum, setting up center of excellences, different labs, IoT and AR lab, etc., where there is a specific curriculum through which we will train the trainer, we will train the faculty, and then faculty can decide over a curriculum, decide on the number of students who can participate, and then make them go through this curriculum, do some academic projects, and later can also have industry experts come and talk. Then later we can also have industry collaboration to do some non-funded projects, research projects. And then you can also even scale up later. If you want to set up an incubation center in your premises, then you buy commercial licenses of IoT and AR, make it available for budding entrepreneurs, and so that they can use that facility. And then once they are happy with the solutions, giving them the due advantage, then they go and purchase those separately. And those kind of models are all there. Is there any question in the chat? No. Okay.
No, sir.
So yeah, I hope interesting. And you can also go to that ar.gallery.video. You also go to one more site to understand Internet of Things also parallelly. That is nothing but IoT dot. Instead of AR, you just replace it with IoT. So it's called IoT.gallery.video. So here you will see a lot of Internet of Things applications on our platform. You can go through that also. You can download it. You can share it with your colleagues. You can do all that. These are all downloadable. Mr. Mandar, you are belong to which institution?
Hello.
Yeah, you belong to which institution?
Yeah. Sir, I belong to the Film and Television Institute of India. This institute under the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, and we have our own museum here on the campus.
No, I didn't get the name. Sorry.
It's a Film and Television Institute of India.
Film and Television Institute of India. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we are into filmmaking and the education, and we also have in process of syllabus making of AR, VR, and animation, VFX, gaming. So I'm really interested to get in touch with you or maybe your college to how can we develop in-house syllabus and various courses here.
Yeah, I think you should go for Vuforia engine. Create all those artifacts using your tools like I don't know what tools you use, 3D Maya, 3ds Max, VFX tools. Create all that, and then we can make it as a AR experience using Vuforia engine.
And one more request, one more request I wanted to ask you that I'm in process of making proposals to the ministry. So where can I find the information regarding this? Should I, is it possible to get in touch with you?
Yeah, you get in touch with that. And our people who are concerned with this, we can, help you with the proposal. We can give you some inputs.
Yeah. Okay.
So is it academic in nature or is it commercial in nature?
As of now, it's academic in nature. So we need to find out how much we can include commercial part into this also, because if facility is not equipped fully busy for academics, we also can use commercial part of that.
Yeah,
so we are open to that also.
Okay. So this is a government institution, right?
Yeah.
So we have Mr. Rajesh Lahoria, who is from our Mumbai office, who looks after all the government skill development initiatives.
Okay.
You can send me a mail, my email ID for everyone.
Yeah.
You can send me a mail and then I will put it in the chat window.
Yes, sir.
And I can connect you to the right person. So this is the email ID which I am putting in the chat. So even if it is academic institutions, how do we go forward? Let me also complete my next presentation, which is on the academic program. Then you will get an idea.
Yeah.
And then once we get into a one-to-one discussion, I can align you with our people who are responsible for this, our subject matter experts, and we can actually. So we have good experience dealing with IITs and in premium institutions like BITS, Pilani, etc.
Okay, yes, sir. I'm looking forward to your next session. So that's
okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, then I think we can call it off and have a good lunch, and then maybe please have a power nap so that after lunch session, it's not boring. And then we will do at 2:30, where we will get a good idea about our academic program.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Participants, we'll meet again at 2:30. Please do fill the attendance and feedback form before you leave.